Slow pace set by Riel in that 0-2. Here they come. Oh, still slow as they creep off of turn number 4. Green flag. CJ LeVere looking to go early in that number 4 as he's pressing 3 wide, looking in that third, maybe fourth groove. Your leader right now is 0-2 of Riel. 4 wide as they squeeze through down the backstretch. Look at LeVere go. LeVere used the outside, then squeezed down in the middle. He takes over the second spot. A couple of cars bogged down behind the 86 of Turner. Eric Riel showing the way out front. LeVere in the 4. Looks like he's cutting into that lead somewhat. Good race right now for the third spot. Amber Turner takes it over. As we said, she was a little bit slower earlier on, but now she's in the 3 spot. They run 3 wide, trying to get around the 86 of Turner. LaGrave in the middle, LaGrave on the outside, and down on the inside was Whalen, but Whalen is able to move through for the 4 spot rather, and is now challenging for the 3 spot. Out front, Riel still shows the way. LeVere is second. Third is going to be the 11 of Whalen as he now completes the pass going around the outside of Turner as they're halfway in the second qualifier. Chris Clark back in that number 84 we mentioned. That used to be the Airborne rent-a-car. If you wanted to get a feel of the Speedway and potentially maybe buy your own race car, you could rent that car for a week, drive it around the Speedway. You got the heat race experience, and then you got the feature experience. But the Clarks own that, and then Chris Clark decided to jump in it this year. Out front, it's still Eric Riel. He's working through 3 and 4. We said earlier that LeVere looked like he was cutting into the lead, but he really hasn't pressed anymore as the white flag is out for Eric Riel. Eric Riel, I mentioned, was the car that was, I believe, third in points a couple weeks into the season, and he had a few poor finishes, which explained why he started on point in this qualifier. He has good handicap as he works off of turn number 4, the winner of heat number 2, Eric Riel. Second to CJ LeVere, third Mike Whalen, fourth Amber Turner, fifth Kurt LaGrave Sr., sixth Chris Clark, and seventh Jay LaGrave.
Transmission problems. The 2-time defending track champ is hopping into Ryan's vehicle, and Ryan is going to drive the Kevin Booten 25. So if you have that straight, Kevin Booten is in car number 28. Outside, it is the 43 of Josh Terry. Then it's the 2 for Metal Man. The 1 is Rick Donor. The 51 is Freeman Sawyer. Brandon Nolan at the back of the pack starting 10th. Green flag. Field races off in a 1 and 2. It is Rob Gordon with the H2O showing the way in turn number 2. 44 of Tyler Terry trying to move to the second spot. He's got second. Now he's looking for the lead in turn number 3. Tyler Terry works the inside line, trying to come through. Off of turn number 4, they race down to the stripe. It's going to be Rob Gordon by a few feet at the line. Rob Gordon and Tyler Terry near even, racing in turn number 2. Don Franklin is sideways in the second turn. He had to get on the binders, as did everybody else behind him. They're 3 wide right behind Franklin now, racing for the 4th spot, 5th spot make it. Challenge for the lead. Tyler Terry's got a good run coming on the inside down the front stretch, and he is going to have the lead at the line. Side-by-side racing through the field. Out front, it's Tyler Terry. Second is Robert Gordon. Third is Don Franklin. Fourth, in car number 23 is John Booten. Then it's Rick Donor in the 1. Josh Terry's in the 43. And it is Kevin Booten driving car number 28 right behind him. And is the Junk is Beautiful number 2 for Middleman. Tyler Terry leads by a car length at the line. Then it's Robert Gordon who takes it right up near the wall into turn number 1. Races off the second turn. He'll now be 2.5 car lengths behind the leader, Tyler Terry. Don Franklin still running in third. Rick Donor in the 1 has 4th. Battle between the Bootens for the 5th position. Kevin is on the inside in car number 28, and on the outside is John in car number 23. As they race side by side halfway through this first qualifier for the Key RD Trailer Sales Renegades. That battle for 5th is on between Kevin and John Booten. The leader out front is Tyler Terry, who continues to increase the lead off of turn number 4 and at the line, and is now up to 6 car lengths over Rob Gordon. Running in third is Don Franklin. Running in fourth is the 1 of Rick Donor, who's trying to get to the inside of that Franklin 69 car in turn number 2. Franklin gets a good run off of 2. Donor trying to keep the nose underneath, though, and try to take that spot away. Side-by-side racing for 5th continues between Kevin Booten in the 28 and John Booten in car number 23. Right behind him or those two cars, I should say, is Josh Terry in the 43, trying to find the right lane to follow. Kevin is making progress lap by lap on the inside, trying to take that 5th position away. Rick Donor is also making progress, inching his way forward on the inside line, trying to get to 3rd to the inside of car number 69 of Don Franklin. White flag is out for Tyler Terry. No question he's going to win this one unless something breaks on that number 44. Rob Gordon is solid in 2nd, but it's a good battle for the 3rd position as well as a good battle for 5th. You've got 3 cars battling for that 5th spot. White flag for these last couple of cars. Now the checkered flag is out. There it is for Tyler Terry. 2nd is going to be Rob Gordon, the H2O. The race for 3rd is Rick Donor on the inside. 4th is Don Franklin. 5th is Kevin Booten. Look like Karen. Row number 4 on the inside, car number 11. 7th starting spot for the Culligan-sponsored 11 car from Fairfax. That's Lance Rabtoy. The guy who's won the last 2 events in this division is starting in the 8th spot. And car number 70 from Plattsburgh, that's Jason McClatchy. Next on the grid in the 08, he's been running strong. That is Andrew Bordeaux in the 08 car. Outside in car number 25, again, that is Ryan Booten driving brother Kevin's car tonight. They've been fighting transmission problems with the 25. So Ryan is in that car. And first time at Airborne this year for Rob Cummings, who's in car number 9. He is from Milton and at the back of the pack. 3-car battle in the middle of the pack, racing for the 6th position. Lance Rabtoy coming through the middle. Jason McClatchy was out in the 3rd line, and he got on the binders, lost the spot. Oh, it's tight, racing into 1 and 2. Andrew Bordeaux tried to thread the needle in 1 and 2, and that hole closed up quickly as the 73 pushed up, and the 70 was also trying to maintain position out on the racetrack, and Bordeaux had to get on the binders. The leader out front, it is Rob Favreau in car number 22. And the black flag is out for the 25. Again, they've had transmission issues. Kevin said he threw a new transmission in the 25 at the start of the week. They've been having problems through practice. So he hopped into Ryan's car. Ryan jumped into the 25. So Kevin will have a chance to maintain. Of course, he's the point leader in the Renegade division. He's got a comfortable lead. And he didn't want to take a real hit in points. So it was nice of brother to move aside. And he is able to drive the 28, which we saw him in that second qualifier. The leader's Rob Favreau out front in the number 22. Joe Warren is in car number 13. As they try to race for that 2nd spot, you got Brian Chris on the outside of the 98. Joe Warren's on the inside with car 13. And it's Mark Karen, the number 5, who's running in the 4th position. Jimmy Varno's going to the, well, it looked like he was going to take the right turn back to the garage area, but he stays out on the racetrack. Now comes back down onto the track. For sure, Jimmy was going to go pit side, but he elects to keep it out on the track, and looks like we're going to be able to stay under green. Rob Favreau in the 22 has a comfortable lead out front. Good battle for that 2nd spot between the 13 and the number 98. Brian Chris working the outside line. Joe Warren in car number 13 has the inside line. Joe has won victory in 2012 in that number 13 car. He's the 3rd place point man as we are now just 2 laps away from the completion of this 2nd qualifier. Warren in the 13, Brian Chris in the 98. It's been a good battle, a number of laps now. They've been running side by side around the racetrack right next to each other. Rob Favreau in the 22 has checked out on the rest of the field. He's got a big lead as he comes down the front stretch, and there's the white flag. At the line, Joe Warren is into the 2nd spot. Brian Chris, though, still hanging right with him on the outside line. Mark Karen in car number 5 runs 4th. Jason McClatchy trying to get into the 5th position. Lance Rabtoy right now has 5th in car number 11. Here comes the field into turns 3 and 4. Now the leader along the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. Rob Favreau is going to get the win. And it will be Brian Chris taking 2nd away on the final lap. Joe Warren was 3rd. Mark Karen 4th. Lance Rabtoy was 5th. 6 goes to Jason McClatchy in the 70. Then it's the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux, the 73 of Vern Woodard, and the number 9 for Rob Cummings. Rob Favreau worked his way to the front pretty quickly in that qualifier, and he was able to race home to victory in qualifier number 2 for the Key RD Trailers. Connor Sandpit, Bigor Seamless Gutters, number 19. That's Jamie Bigor. 9 cars ready to run. Here they come. Down the front stretch. Green flag. Top 5 cars will qualify for a handicap in this one. And it's side-by-side racing for the lead. You've got the 56 of Casey St. Clair working the top. Cody Myers down the inside. Side-by-side racing right back through the field. As they race through turn number 4 down the front stretch. Looks like they're coming to take the green flag all over again. Side-by-side racing. St. Clair in the 56 had to lead the line by about a foot. The 75 of Myers hanging right with him, though, over in turn number 2. Dave Raptoy, look at him running 3 wide into turn number 3. Raptoy goes down to the inside. Myers in the middle. Oh, there's contact. The 75 and the 56. Here comes Raptoy coming through. Everybody's able to make it through cleanly. They're 3 wide along the front stretch now. 75 of Myers seemed to push up the track in turns 3 and 4. Got a piece of the 56 car. Those two cars are now backsliding through the field. Dave Raptoy made a real good move going to turn number 3 down the inside line. The car was able to stick, and he's the leader by 3. Jamie Atkins runs in the second spot. Racing in the third position is the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Then it's the 61 of Robin Wood down on the inside. The 18 of Sean Duquette trying to move through on the inside line as well. The 75 of Cody Myers right now running in the 6th position. Then in 7th it's Jamie Begor in car number 19. The 21 of Dave Raptoy taking it right up towards the wall off turn number 4. Jamie Atkins is still second. Robin Wood looking to take that second spot away on the outside. Atkins hugs the inside line. Robin Wood goes to the top of turn number 2 and flies past into the second position. Atkins goes back to third. Fourth is the 24 of Pelkey. Sean Duquette is into the 5th position with car number 18. Remember, top 5 will qualify and pick up handicap in this first qualifier halfway. Want to get into the top 5 in qualifier number 1. The 61 of Robin Wood around the outside of the 21 of Dave Raptoy, taking the lead away, going to turn number 3. Raptoy, can he fight back on that inside line? Doesn't appear so. Robin Wood will be the new leader at the stripe. Robin Wood leads. Dave Raptoy is second. Third is Jamie Atkins. In the 4th position, it is the 18 of Sean Duquette. Jamie Begor has moved into 5th as he was able to work to the inside of car number 24 and Keith Pelkey. Pelkey now back to the 6th spot. Single file, they race around the track. Pelkey in the 6th position. Behind him, it is Cody Myers in the 75. And then it is the 59 of Stephen Brissett. Robin Wood leading by 5 car lengths off turn number 2. The 21 of Dave Raptoy in the 2nd spot. Third is Jamie Atkins. Closing in on his back bumper is Sean Duquette. And then right behind Duquette by a car length and a half, it's the 19 of Jamie Begor. 2 laps to go for Robin Wood. Two-time defending track champion, increasing the lead off turn number 2. Sean Duquette is at the door of the 68 of Jamie Atkins for third. Duquette finds room to the inside off turn number 2, now down the backstretch to 3. Duquette works the inside line, trying to come on through as the white flag is out for the leaders. They race off turn number 4 for third. Robin Wood with a comfortable lead out front. Dave Raptoy comfortably in second, but a good battle for third. Sean Duquette's on the inside. Jamie Atkins on the outside. Right behind them, it's Jamie Begor in the 5th position. The winner is going to be Robin Wood in the 61. Dave Raptoy going to finish second. Who's going to finish third? As they race down the line, Jamie Atkins, it looked like by inches at the stripe. 4th would be Sean Duquette, and 5th would be Jamie Begor in Plattsburgh Paving. Daniel signs 20. That is Bucko Branham starting 5th on the inside of row number 3. On the outside in car number 93 from West Shazy, it's Chris Frenier. Row number 4 on the inside. 7th starting spot for car number 11 from Morris Forks, New York. That is Jimmy Bushy. Outside in car number 35 from Plattsburgh, it's Brian McGinley. Shotgun on the field. In car number 3, it's Danny Sullivan. Sullivan is from Morrisonville. 9 cars taking the green flag. 18 limited late models signed to the Airborne Garage tonight as they race off turn number 2 down the backstretch. 3 wide going to turn number 3. Fred Lagoy on the inside. The 7 of Rico Hernandez on the inside. Oh, contact with a 4. And there goes Brandon Atkins sliding around. Everybody gets on the binders. Nobody gets a piece, and we'll have a yellow flag. So the yellow flag comes out, setting a slow pace down the backstretch, headed to turn number 3. Hernandez in the 7, Shagnon in car number 86. A couple of fast cars right behind him in row number 2. Here they come off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Green flag. Shagnon in the 86 gets a good roll going in through 1 and 2. He's going to take the lead away from Hernandez. Fred Lagoy looks down to the inside as they race off 2 down the backstretch. Jimmy Bushy also going to the outside as they part the 7. Bucko Branham looks inside for the lead. Hernandez pushes up the track in turns 3 and 4. Gets back a hold of that race car. Bucko Branham's going to have the lead. Branham with a nice move down the backstretch, dove down on the inside line, had room, and was able to race well past the 86 of Mike Shagnon. Fred Lagoy trying to go with him on the inside. Jimmy Bushy in car number 11. Bushy, who started the year in the Sportsman Modified division, back now in a limited late model. That car's been pretty quick for him, and he is trying to take third away from Mike Shagnon. Had it at the line. Bushy driving the Perkins Chiropractic, Bushy's Auto, Ganieka Golf Course, Ducks Auto Parts number 11 machine, and he is in third. Brandon Atkins has rallied from the rear of the field as he's trying to take 4th away from Mike Shagnon in the 86. Dan Sullivan in car number 3, first time out, trying to make his way around the speedway, bumping and banging it looked like down the backstretch, and he is headed towards the garage area. Might have had some contact. The left front tire is down. Left front tire is down on the 3 car. They're side-by-side racing at the back of the pack. The 35, the 93, and the 7 battling for that 6th position. Bucko Branham's leading by a car length. We talked about how the professor was real quick in practice. In one of the practice sessions, he was almost 0.2 of a second faster than anybody else. So they made repairs to their race car after last Saturday night, and as you would perfectly expect, he's come out and he has been fast out of the box as he tries to look for win number 3 a little bit later on in tonight's racing car. 25-lap feature event distance tonight for the J&S Steel Limited Late Models. Branham now third in the point standings, just 11 points behind point leader Jamie Begor, and he is leading by 4 car lengths at the line over Fred Lagoy. Jimmy Bushy runs in the 3rd position. Brandon Atkins is 4th. Mike Shagnon is 5th. Remember, top 5 cars will qualify for handicap. Behind Shagnon, it's the 35 of McGinley, the 93 of Frenier, and the 7 of Hernandez. Lead continues to grow for Bucko Branham. It was a couple, then moved to 4, and it's about 6 now as they race down the backstretch. Lagoy in car number 7 has about a car length and a half, opens it up to 2 on the backstretch and front stretch over the 11 car of Jimmy Bushy, as there's just 2 laps remaining in this second qualifier. Then you've got the 4 of Brandon Atkins in the 4th spot, Mike Shagnon in the 5th position. That'd be the final qualified spot for handicap, and then it's a big gap back to Brian McGinley in the 35. White flag is out, sizable lead out front for Bucko Branham. Branham in car number 20. Takes it into turn number 2 down on the inside line, takes it up to the top of the racetrack off turn number 2. These cars really like to go right to the top off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. If you watch them from the pit area, they almost have those right side tires right off the racetrack down the backstretch. Checkered flag for Branham. Second will be Lagoy in the 7 New York. 3rd, Jimmy Bushy. 4th to Brandon Atkins. 5th to the 86 of Shagnon. 6th to Brian McGinley. 7th to the 90-10 machine. The Fastenal Brassard Mazda sponsored car for Patrice McGrail. He is from Candiac, Quebec. On the outside, the TDI Repair B3. That's Aaron Bartamy from Champlain, New York. And shotgun on the field in the number 24, the Saranac Country Store for Patrick Dupree, who's out of Saranac Lake. 9 cars running in qualifier number 1. Down the backstretch, it is the 3 of Andy Lindemann taking the lead away from Mike Riel as they freight train down into turn number 4, running wheel to wheel now off the 4th turn, boxing it up a little bit. George Foley in the 34, Jesse Mueller in the 24X. Keep an eye on that 10 car. That 10 car had to go back to the Troyer shop out in Rochester, New York, as they straightened it out after a hard wreck last week for Patrice McGrail, and that car was fastest in practice. McGrail in car number 10. He turned the fastest lap times just a little over 16 seconds. He was in the 16.1 bracket range with that car number 10. So keep an eye on McGrail. They've got it flying again as he is now 3rd in the point standings and running 5th in this qualifier. Out front it is the 3 of Andy Lindemann. Roger Lebreche runs in 2nd. George Foley works 3rd on the outside of turn number 2. Mike Riel runs in the 4th spot. Running in 5th is McGrail in car number 10. Top 4 cars will qualify with handicap. McGrail wants to get into the top 4. He's going to have to make a pass on Mike Riel if he's going to get into the 4th position. Riel works down the inside, now through the middle off turn number 2. McGrail going after him on the outside. McGrail takes that top line away from Mike Riel. He's going to take 4th away as well as we're halfway in this first qualifier for the Mod Squad. The 3 of Andy Lindemann, the 100 of Roger Lebreche. Lebreche tries to stick the nose underneath, going down the backstretch to 3. Can't quite get there and make a move. George Foley still runs in the 3rd spot. Running in 4th, it is the number 10 for Pat McGrail. Again, Lebreche took a peek to the inside along the front stretch that time. There was no room. Let's see if he can get him over in turn number 2. Now the car pushed a little bit, and he was not able to make it stick down to the inside. Look at the 10. McGrail going after George Foley. Foley back on the inside. They'll run wheel to wheel off turn number 4. Give that 3rd spot to McGrail. He just toasted him. Flew right around the outside. That 10 is flying. McGrail working towards the front on a rail as he works into turn number 3. Roger Lebreche in the 100 works down to the inside. Here comes McGrail out. Oh, he had to back out of it. The 100 of Lebreche went right up towards the wall, and McGrail had no place to go. Now he's after him in turn number 2. McGrail running 3rd, trying to take 2nd away as they go down the backstretch at turn number 3, trying to go from 3rd to 1st on the outside. Here comes McGrail on the outside, coming up towards the wall with 1 lap to go. Andy Lindemann has the lead in the 3. Patrice McGrail on the outside. Will he take the lead? You better believe it. Flies past him in turn number 2. Has the lead down the backstretch. Patrice McGrail off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. That's a drive to the front. 2nd is Lindemann. 3rd, Foley. 4th is Roger Lebreche. 5th to Chris Gaye. 6th is Mike Riel. Finishing in 7th, I believe, was Jesse Mueller. No, 8 cars ready to run in this second qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. You got your point leader in this qualifier. That's Todd Stone. Top 4 will qualify for handicap, so you want to make your way into at least that 4th position if you want handicap for the feature event. Slow pace now on the hammer. Green flag. Craig Reel in the CO2 shows the way off turn number 2. Todd Ormsby in the 26, trying to take that second position from Mike Wells. Wells, though, holding serve in second. Third, it is Ormsby. Battle for 4th between Max Vienne and the 78 of Vince Quinville. Quinville working that outside line. Max Vienne's down on the inside line. Alain Fournier in the 44 sliding backwards. Jason Durgan will get a spot there. Now Max Vienne to the inside, trying to grab 3rd. Todd Ormsby trying to hang on to that machine as he works into 3 and 4. Max Vienne will have the 3rd spot. Todd Ormsby back to 4th. Behind him, it is the 78 of Vince Quinville. Right behind Quinville, it is the 1 of Todd Stone. Stone peeks to the inside, off turn number 2, down the backstretch going to turn number 3. Quinville will hold on to that 5th position for now. Stone running in the 6th spot. Out front it is Craig Reel. His lead is 6 car lengths to the line. Mike Wells running in the 2nd position. 3rd is Max Vienne in the 25. Todd Ormsby is running in the 4th position. Vince Quinville in the 78, holding on to 5th right now. Todd Stone in the 1X. He is running in the 6th spot, trying to find racing room off of turn number 4. On the inside, going to 1 and 2. Todd Stone trying to take the position away from Vince Quinville, and he will in turn number 2. Down the backstretch, Stone goes to 5th. He'll need one more spot if he wants to get handicapped, as we are halfway in qualifier number 2. Todd Stone is trying to chase down the 26 of Todd Ormsby. Ormsby has the 4th and final qualified spot for handicap. Stone running in 5th is trying to get to him. The CO2 of Craig Reel seeing that lead maintaining. It's still about 6 car lengths of the line over Mike Wells. Max Vienne running in the 3rd spot, then a gap back to the 26 of Todd Ormsby. Ormsby running in the 4th position, and challenging him soon will be the 1X of Todd Stone, who has really cut into the deficit for that 4th spot. He's now just 3 car lengths behind Ormsby as they race down the front stretch. Craig Reel in the CO2. The lead is down to about 3 car lengths now off of turn number 2, so Mike Wells is gaining. The 25 of Max Vienne running right with Wells in the 76. 2 laps to go for Craig Reel. Again, Todd Stone, the point leader, needs to make a move to get to that 4th spot so they can pick up handicap for the feature event. They race off turn number 2 for the 4th spot. Now going to turns 3 and 4. Todd Ormsby holding on to it as the white flag is out for leader Craig Reel. Reel shows the way off of turn number 2. Mike Wells not really in the picture to make a play for that spot. Todd Ormsby trying to hang on to 4th. Todd Stone trying to get to that position. Here they come off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Craig Reel's going to win. Mike Wells is 2nd. 3rd is Max Vienne. 4th is Todd Ormsby. 5th will be Todd Stone in the 1X. 6th is Vince Quinville. 7th is the... So 8 machines ready to go at it in qualifier number 3. Again, top 4 will qualify for handicap, so you want to make your way into that 4th spot, something that point leader Todd Stone was not able to do in his qualifier. All right, they pick up the pace, working through 3 and 4. Here they come down the front stretch. Green flag. Michel Bien and the 97 of Chris Vernold, wheel to wheel off turn number 2. They race even down the backstretch. Vernold puts the nose out in front for the lead. Vienne come back after him on the inside. Off of turn number 4 down the front stretch to the line. It will be Chris Vernold to lead lap 1. Michel Vienne running in the 2nd spot on the inside. The X of Adam Barnaby. Then the 80 of Andy Haywood in the top 4. And it's Pierre Bertillon who has one win this season in the JM Racing number 1, who's in the 5th spot. And it is Greg Atkins in the 1 New York who started dead last, picking that left front tire right up off the racing surface, rolling through turn number 4. Atkins is in the 6th position. He's going to have some work to do to get into the top 4, and there's not an easy car to pass in this qualifier. He's really going to have to find a way to get his way towards the front. Chris Vernold leading and pulling away from Michel Vienne, the MV Motorsports M25. Vernold has the Alternative System Custom Homes number 97 rolling and building on that advantage. The TDI Repair X for Adam Barnaby working in the 3rd spot, closing in on the M25 of Michel Vienne. 4th is still the Gayoso Wine and Spirits 80 for Andy Haywood. And it's the JM Racing 1 Quebec. That is Pierre Bertillon. And right behind him, it's the 1 New York of Greg Atkins. Again, Atkins trying to gain ground on Bertillon, just not able to do it off turn number 2. And Bertillon tries to close in on the 80 of Haywood into turns 3 and 4. halfway in the third and final qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. Vernol's lead continues to grow. The M25 of Michel Bien comfortably in second. Adam Bartamy in the X is also comfortable in that third spot. It's a good gap back to Andy Haywood, who's fourth, but he's not really feeling a lot of heat from Pierre Berthiaume. Berthiaume has actually fallen off a little bit. He had close to about a car length off the back of the 80 car, but now he's a good 3 to 4 car lengths and appears to be fading a little bit in that JM Racing number 1. Greg Atkins in the 1 New York is also about a car length off the back of Berthiaume's machine. And it's Leon Gagnon in the 4, and at the back of the pack, it's the double nickel for Matt Woodruff. Woodruff, who finished last week in the 3rd position, struggling at the back. Here comes the X of Bartamy, looking to the inside of Michevien in turn number 3. Not quite there yet for the X car, as there are 2 laps to go in this third qualifier. Michel Vien in the M25, the X of Adam Bartamy. Both are in a qualified position for handicap in this third qualifier. Remember, top 4 will pick it up. And both the M25 and the X are in that spot. White flag is out for Chris Vernold. Vernold in the 97, half the backstretch is his lead over Michel Vien. Adam Bartamy uses the right rear tire to try to get a move to the inside of the M25. Not able to make it happen. Chris Vernold is going to get the win. Second will be Michel Vien. Third, Adam Bartamy. Fourth is Andy Haywood. Fifth to Pierre Berthiaume.
It is a slow pace set right now by Jimmy Introne. He's got Joe Daniels to his outside. And here he comes down. Gets on the hammer, down the front stretch. Green flag is out. It was a great start for the 9J of Jimmy Introne. Eric Lozier follows through on the inside. Joe Daniels trying to fight back in the west side, auto number 46, but he can't do it. Lozier powers through down on the inside. Lozier in the number 28 oftentimes has problems. Oh, look out, right into the wall is that number 28. He's still going, though. Lozier in the number 28 slammed the wall right in front of Butch Hendry. Right underneath Butch Hendry, I should say, but oh, there's the problem now, is that car really didn't even want to turn left. The yellow flag will now come out. We take a look at that car. Obviously, it's going to be right front damage, but none visual off of turn number 4. Green flag is back out. Jimmy Introne takes the lead again from the inside line. This time, Joe Daniels able to stick with him a little bit better, as he didn't lose his spot, but here comes Nick Haywood in the number 29. The fast number 29 for Nick Haywood looks down on the inside of Joe Daniels, but can't quite get there yet. Joe Daniels shuts the door in turn number 1. He now pushes that car up to the high side, and that's where Nick Haywood takes over. Nick Haywood in the 29 pulls even into turn number 4. Off of turn number 4, Nick Haywood goes right by. Nick Haywood's now second. Jimmy Introne's out front. Nick Haywood had trouble getting around Introne last week. Let's see where he's going to attack him this week. Little bump going into turn number 3. Jeff McCormick has spun the 17 down in the infield. Off of turn number 4, Jimmy Introne's still the leader, as Nick Haywood's going to try the outside this week. Nick Haywood in the 29 gets a great run off of turn number 2 as that car powers down the backstretch. Looks high going into turn number 3. He's got about half a car to make up to get around that number 7, or the number 9 rather, as it's still Introne down the front stretch. Nick Haywood had his progress broken a little bit by that 9J as the 9J pushed up the track. Introne pushing a little bit off of turn number 2. They battle off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Introne still the leader. You mentioned earlier on tonight that the 29 of Haywood had to send that car with the Bartamy team to be fixed this week. And that car is fast. It's just not fast enough to get around the 9J right now.
Well, he's trying to find racing room around the 9J. Goes to the top in the corners, and the 9J's been pushing up the racetrack, taking away his momentum.
Jimmy Introne in the 9J has 2 more corners to try and hold off Nick Haywood, as here they come off of turn number 4. Jimmy Introne's going to win the heat. Nick Haywood is second. Third off of turn number 4 goes to Joe Daniels, Chris Soucy. Fourth, fifth, John Michael Brissett. And sixth is Jeff McCormick. And then, of course, Eric Lozier would be scored in spot number 7. Kinsman sets the pace. Off of turn number 4. Here they come down the front stretch. Green. Flag is out. They box it up a little bit down on the inside lane as Travis Bruno had a little bump to the back bumper of the R7. Kinsman shows the way. It's a battle of 7s for the second spot. The R7 on the inside, the regular 7 on the outside. Coming through on the inside, it's Lonnie Rivers in the R7. The 7 of Aubin back to third. Here comes the 33 of Bruno. Challenging for that 3 spot. Don't count out Jamie LaFountain either. And the Marsha Holmes, number 20. LaFountain looks down on the inside. He's going to try and follow Travis Bruno through on the inside. Lonnie Rivers looks down on the inside of Mike Kinsman, and he is now the new leader. Lonnie Rivers in the R7 takes over the lead, pulling away from the 35 of Kinsman. Kinsman second. Bruno's third. Ooh, bad time that time off of turn number 4 for Kinsman, as he really had to slow up. And the 33 of Bruno was able to take what was a 3-car length disadvantage to put him right on the back bumper of Kinsman. Sebastian Fournier looks to move through down on the inside, back towards the back of the field, as he's trying to follow Jake Branham through. He was the apparent winner last week, but didn't have the rev limiter chip in that number 99 and failed tech inspection. Little push on the back bumper, that 35 of Mike Kinsman from the 33 of Travis Bruno. Again, he's slow off of the corner, number 4. But Bruno can't find a way by.
When the 99 was disqualified last week, that allowed the 1 car of Jake Branham to become the 4th different winner in this division in 6 events. Only Nick Haywood has been a repeat winner in this division.
2 laps to go for the R7 of Lonnie Rivers, as Kinsman is now passed by the 33 and 20. Bruno to second, LaFountain to third. No doubt about the winner. In this one, it's going to end up being Lonnie Rivers as long as the yellow flag doesn't end up coming out, as the white flag is out for Lonnie Rivers with about a front stretch advantage. Sebastian Fournier in the 99 looks to get around Kinsman for that final qualifying spot. Off of turn number 2, he does get around him. Here comes the winner off of turn number 4. Lonnie Rivers wins it. Second's going to be Travis Bruno. Third to Jamie LaFountain. Fourth, Sebastian Fournier. Fifth, Mike Kinsman. Sixth is Jake Branham. And seventh is the 7 of Cody Aubin.
Again, we'll...
As the mini mods don't normally race with the sun out, so perhaps some of these drivers may have to get used to looking into the sun entering turn number 3. Here they come, slow paced by Laporte and Riel. Down the front stretch, the mini mods are underway. From the outside, Eric Riel had an advantage, and he's going to maintain that advantage down the backstretch. 3 and 4 wide racing mid-pack as they dice for position as their charge to the front of the pack begins. Leader of lap number 1, Eric Riel from the outside. Josh Laporte not going away. A little bit of contact in turn number 2 sends Rob Clark up off of turn number 2. He rejoins after losing about 5 to 8 spots. Good battle mid-pack. Look out, there goes Amber Turner spinning off of turn number 4. She's parked at the top of turn number 4 and not moving yet. That's going to bring out a yellow. Now that car fires. What is that in turn number 2?
That's a new obstacle course that appears to have caught a tire right in the middle of it on top as well.
Riel and Laporte. The front row. Jason Chris has moseyed his way on to the number 3 spot so far.
Is that the same thing?
Here they come, another slow pace. Down the front stretch, the green flags back out. Eric Riel again pushes through on the inside. Jason Chris moving through as well. Josh Leclerc and Eric Sales on the move, dicing through cars. Eric Sales had a little bit of contact from the 69 of Bradley, as Bradley sort of pushed up the track entering turn number 3. But a good job by Eric Sales to save that number 47. And he's now sitting in the 5 spot. Jason Chris is the leader. They're 3 wide for the 2nd spot. LeClaire moves through down on the inside. Could go from 4th to 2nd. As he's looking to do so, the 47 of Sales says, I'm not going to let you get away, LeClaire, as he's hanging right with him on the back bumper. LeClaire in the 7 is right now on the top side of the track. Here comes Sales on the inside. Sales looks to work through down on the bottom. LeClaire working the high side. Drag race for the 2nd spot off of turn number 4, dead even. They were dead even at the line. The 47 down on the inside, the 7 on the outside. The 47 bobbled that time. Sales with a little bobble off of turn number 2. They're even down the backstretch into turn number 3. 4 wide racing for somewhere around the 8th spot. They're now 3 wide as Dale O'Neill backed out of it. He's really off the pace in the number 16, and cars are trying to dart left to avoid slamming that number 16 in the back bumper. The 16 takes it back to the garage area. Whalen in the 11 and the 22 of Collins kick it up in the bunker. Halfway for Jason Chris. Some good racing mid to near the back of the pack as some 3 and 4 wide racing is going on. Out front, the 54, Jason Chris. Eric Sales is 2nd. 3rd is the 7 of Josh LeClaire. 4th is Josh Laporte. 5th is Eric Riel. 6th, the 69 of John Bradley. 7th, CJ LeVere. 8th is Rob Sines. 9th is Michael Whalen. Rounding out the top 10 right now is Rob Clark in the number 14. The battle's on for the spot number 9 between Whalen and Sines. Whalen's down on the inside. Sines was running the outside, but Whalen moved through on the inside. Laporte and Riel battle for the number 5 spot. Riel with a little bobble off of turn number 1. That allows Laporte to easily slide by on the outside. Here comes John Bradley in the number 69. John Bradley looking to crack into the top 5 in that number 69 car. Right on the back bumper of Eric Riel 02. The leaders have worked their way around the 07 of Austin LaGrave. LaGrave takes that 07 onto the infield pit road. And he's going to park and watch the final 4 laps of this race. Jason Chris, we mentioned many times this year, is a car that's eventually going to get to victory lane. And he looks pretty safe as long as the yellow flag doesn't come out. That he will be on his way to victory in that Monster Energy drink number 54. Got a couple of cars running double file in front of him. They're lap cars. See if that will play any factor. As he's going to have to find a way by. Looks like he might just choose the middle. As 2 laps remain for the 54 of Jason Chris. Chris really bogged down by the 86 of Amber Turner. She gets dumped down in the infield. Of course, she was a slower car, and he was looking to move through, but look at how much the lead has been cut down now 2 car lengths. White flag is out this time around for the 54 of Jason Chris. Does Eric Sales have a move? If he does, right now is the time that he needs to play it. The 43 of Malcolm Woodward, another slow car up in front of the 54. Here comes Eric Sales, right on the back bumper into turn number 3. They work through 3 and 4. Jason Chris, the current leader. Eric Sales looking for a way by. He's not going to find a way. Jason Chris wins it. Eric Sales second. 3rd, Josh LeClaire. 4th off of turn number 4 is Josh Laporte. 5th to John Bradley. 6th, DJ LeVere. 7th is the 11 of Mike Whalen. 8th, the 14 of Rob Clark. 9th, the 3 of Rob Sines. And rounding out the top 10, I believe, might have been the 02 of Eric Riel.
In the 44N, he's from Sable Forks. That is Brandon Nolan. Then it's the 07 for Peru's Jimmy Varno. Car 51 from West Shazy, that's Freeman Sawyer. The 25 is Ryan Booton. He's from Fairfax, Vermont. And shotgun in the field. And car number 9, it's Rob Cummings from Milton, Vermont. That's the field. Here they come. Green flag. 21 cars take the green flag, 25 laps the distance for the Key RD Trailer Sales Renegade Division. They're side by side back through the field. And out front, it's Robert Gordon with the H2O working on the top side of the racetrack. Gordon trying to set the pace through turns 3 and 4, as Mark Karen works to the inside. They drag race for the lead down the line. It is the H2O to lead lap number 1. Robert Gordon has the lead as the field continues to run side by side back through at least the 15th starting spot. It's Gordon passing Karen and solidifying that top position, running any line he wants to right now at turn number 4. Mark Karen works down to the inside line. He's in the second spot. Joe Warren gets a piece of the wall off turn number 4. Don Franklin had to get on the binders. He wasn't sure where that 13 was going to come down the racetrack. But without any help, Joe Warren's 13 pushed up the racetrack, and he slapped the front stretch wall coming off of turn number 4 pretty hard. That 13 is still running at speed, though, and he is in the third spot. Moving into the 4th position on that inside line is Rob Favreau in car number 22. Out front, it's all Rob Gordon with the H2O. Then it's Mark Karen in car 5. Joe Warren in car 13. Rob Favreau in the 22. Don Franklin rounds out the top 5. It's a side-by-side battle for 6th. Lance Raptoy in car number 11. The 44 of Tyler Terry. They duke it out for the 6th position, running side-by-side off the 4th turn. Tyler Terry had 6th at the line. Lance Raptoy was 7th. Josh Terry was 8th. 9th was Brian Chris, and rounding out the top 10 is car number 1 for Rick Donor, although the 28 of Kevin Booten going after that 10th spot. Side-by-side battle for the 2nd position is starting to heat up. Car 5, Mark Karen. Car 13, Joe Warren. Rob Gordon in the H2O. More victories than anybody else in this division in 2011. Looking for his first checkered flag in 2012. And he has a lead by a car length. Joe Warren in car number 13 is on the outside trying to take the 2nd spot. He should have it at the line, and he will this time. Mark Karen back to 3rd. Bob Favreau in the 22 running in the 4th spot. 5th is Don Franklin. 6th is the 11 of Lance Raptoy. 7th is now Tyler Terry. 8th is Josh Terry. 9th is Brian Chris. And rounding out the top 10 in car number 1 is Rick Donor. 11th is Kevin Booten. 12th would be Jason McClatchy. 13th is Andrew Bodo. And 14th is car number 23 for John Booten. Freeman Sawyer has gone back to the pits with car number 51. Joe Warren has closed onto the back bumper of the H2O. The 25, again, that is Ryan Booten driving the 25 tonight. He is headed back pit side as they've had transmission problems with that car all afternoon. Joe Warren is closing onto the back bumper. Now he looks down to the inside as he tries to shoot for the lead over in turn number 2. Gordon on the outside, Warren down on the inside line. Rob Gordon has tried to work the top of the racetrack throughout the race. That's where he's been for much of the year with the H2O. Joe Warren trying to take advantage with that inside line, and he's got the lead. Joe Warren takes the lead at the start-finish line. 9 laps showing on the board. They'll work around the 44 of Nolan. They go way up high off turn number 2. Now they drag race to turn number 3. Warren coming down to the inside. Robert Gordon trying to stay at his door. Now Joe will finish the pass and take it up towards the wall off the 4th turn. Joe Warren will try to check out now on the H2O. Gordon falls already a car length behind him. Running in 3rd, it's still Mark Karen. Rob Favreau in the 22 has moved to the top of the racetrack. He is bogged in that 4th spot, though. Actually has his hands full. Don Franklin in car number 69 trying to take the 4th position away, and he has it at the line. Favreau is back to 5th. 6th was Tyler Terry. 7th was the 11 of Lance Raptoy. They've been going back and forth with that 6th and 7th spot. Now Tyler Terry trying to make a move down to the inside of car number 22 and Rob Favreau. He's trying to get to the top 5 with car 44. The 70 of Jason McClatchy. He's won the last 2 events in this Renegade division. He has gone back to the pits. So McClatchy not up to speed tonight. He's the winner of the last 2 events, had moved up to 2nd in the point standings. But it's going to be a poor point night for the number 70 team. Halfway in the feature event for Joe Warren. Warren is looking for his 2nd win of the season. And his lead is now 3 car lengths. There's a lot of good racing from 4th on back. Don Franklin in the 69 had a hiccup over in turn number 2. Lance Raptoy is going to move underneath, and Rob Favreau is trying to get topside. 3 cars battling for the 5th position as they race off turn number 4. Rob Favreau, Brian Chris, the 98 sideways going to turn number 1. He tried to get down to the inside of the 69 of Franklin. The 1 of Donor had to get into the binders. The 22 of Favreau, who's been backsliding, is still on top of the racetrack. And the one of Donor trying to get underneath now as here comes the 98 of Brian Chris to the inside of the 69 of Donnie Franklin. Joe Warren's lead is 5 over in turn number 2. Then it's Rob Gordon in the H2O. Mark Karen in car number 5 runs third. Fourth, it is the 44 of Josh Terry. Then it's Lance Raptoy in car number 11. Sixth is Don Franklin with a 69. Running in the 7th spot is Brian Chris. Running in 8th, it is the 22 of Rob Favreau. 9th is Rick Donor. And rounding out the top 10 is Kevin Boutin, driving car number 28. Joe Warren, third place point man coming into tonight's feature event. 226 points. He's going to try to close that gap tonight. Certainly will do that. With point leader Kevin Boutin running in 10th. And the 13 of Joe Warren showing the way, building on the lead lap by lap. 17 laps showing complete. Works his way through turn number 4. He can work whatever line he wants to as he's got a comfortable lead built up. Robert Gordon still running in the 2nd spot. Mark Karen's been third just about the entire race. Josh Terry in car number 44 trying to get after him. There has been a lot of good racing right behind Don Franklin. The 22 of Rob Favreau, the 98 of Brian Chris, the 1 of Rick Donor. Kevin Boutin's in that battle. The 43 of Josh Terry, the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux. A lot of good driving, side-by-side racing by the drivers in that division. And in that area of the racetrack, they've been running side-by-side for the better part of this race. And this race is about to put lap number 20 on the scoreboard. 5 laps to go for Joe Warren. Joe Warren is well on his way to win number 2. He's got a lead of a good 10 car. Oh, Mark Karen off the pace with a 5. There goes the 3rd place runner. Mark Karen's headed back to the garage area. As Karen, who has been running stronger week by week, sees a 3rd place run go awry, and he is back towards the pits. Joe Warren, Robert Gordon now, Tyler Terry in the 44 running in the 3rd position, trying to close in. Lance Raptoy in the Culligan 11 is running in the 4th spot. 5th, Don Franklin. 6th, Rob Favreau. He bobbled in 2. Here comes Brian Chris back after him. Those 4 cars, the 98, the 22, the 28, and the 1, man, they have been at tight racing for a number of laps. They're 3 wide right now. The 22 lost a couple of spots. Rick Donor and Kevin Boutin racing side by side. Oh, the 1 of Donor is picked. He's caught behind the slower car, the 44N of Nolan. That's going to allow Boutin in car number 28 to work past. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks are out for Joe Warren. Rob Gordon appears to be cutting into the lead a little bit. So Joe Warren 13, the lead is down to 3 car lengths. Robert Gordon trying to chase him down. Does he have enough time as they work into turns 3 and 4? The white flag is about to be unfurled for Joe Warren, who's looking for win number 2. White flag, 1 to go for Joe. H2O of Robert Gordon is in that 2nd spot. Running in 3rd, it's Tyler Terry. 4th is the 11 of Lance Raptoy. 5th is the Big Daddy Don Franklin. Final time for the Renegades tonight. H2O of Rob Gordon, still 2 car lengths off the back bumper. The 13 of Joe Warren. Here he comes off turn number 4. The winner is going to be Joe Warren. 2nd goes to Robert Gordon. 3rd to Tyler Terry. 4th, Lance Raptoy. 5th, it's Don Franklin. 6th to Brian Chris. 7th to Kevin Boutin. 8th to the 1 of Rick Donor. 9th to Rob Favreau. And rounding out the top 10 is the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux. He's picked up his 2nd victory in the Key RD Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Unbuckling, climbing out. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. This is Joe Warren, who wins for the 2nd time. Gets a cold drink of water. All right, over on this side. Now, what was the idea of you testing out the strength of the front stretch wall coming off of turn number 4 about 4 laps in? What was that all about?
I don't know. I kind of lost track of what I was doing there. I was watching the car on the inside of me. I was trying to get to the outside, and when I got there, I thought I'd let it go a little too wide. I thought I was in trouble, though, because I hit it hard.
That was my next question. I was just going to say that you smacked that wall pretty darn good, but the car didn't fade. You kept right on going. I was expecting maybe to see tire trouble or something wrong with the car, but not at all. And you bounced off pretty solid.
Yeah, I think I hit it pretty square, though, with the door because I felt it on the door bars here. So I don't think I hurt the suspension too bad, and I don't think I cuffed up the rear too bad. So I think that was luck for me tonight.
Now, after you have something like that happen to you, is it just trying to get your bearings back underneath you and just refocus on where you are in the race? That's got to be a pretty good jolt to you as the driver. How do you get that focus back?
Yeah, I I was a little nervous there for a minute. I figured I was going to have a flat tire, I said to myself, but I just tried to shake the car down. I kept it in an even line, hit my marks, and made sure everything was good. And once I felt that it was pretty consistent, then I started to move forward again.
Talk about the pass for the lead. Rob Gordon was comfortable on the top of the racetrack. You were comfortable down on the inside.
Yeah, I was going to go to the top because he went to the bottom, but I see he checked back to the top. So my car was good on bottom and top tonight. I got to thank my crew. I was gone all week long to Albany for Corrections Academy, so they put a lot of work into it, and I can't thank them enough. They hooked it up good tonight.
Well, they found something because it's been off here for a couple of weeks, but it certainly was on tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Fryhoffers, Bud Light Lime, Lana's Daycare, Green Room, CNL Taxi, all my crew, everybody that helps me. I can't thank them enough because if it wasn't for those guys, this car wouldn't be here. It's just those guys that make it. I'm just a driver, man. I just got to step on the pedal.
Well, you stepped in the right spot tonight. Congratulations, Joe Warren. That's his second victory. Give him a nice round of applause as he's our winner tonight in the Key RD Trailer Sales Renegade Division.
One other birthday that was sent our way just a few minutes ago was a happy 11th birthday to Riley O'Connell. So happy birthday, Riley. We have 3 main events remaining on the Speedway. Of course, the limited late models will be next to hit the Speedway.
Plattsburgh, it is Rico Hernandez. The final row in car number 56 from Plattsburgh, it is Casey St. Clair, and shotgun of the field from Morrisonville. In car number 3, it is Dan Sullivan. 25 laps the distance. Limited late models off turn number 4. Green flag. Mike Shagnon, the 86. Jamie Atkins in car number 68. They race down the backstretch. It is Atkins in the 68 going to the lead. Side by side, racing for second. Shagnon is on the inside. Dave Raptoy in car number 21 works on the outside. Side by side, racing in the middle of the field. They're 3 wide. The 18 of Sean Duquette. The 4 is the meat and the sandwich. As the 20 of the 8 of Bucko Branham's down the inside. 3 wide, racing for third as well. Look at Lagoy go, as well as the 61 of Robin Wood working right up on the top of the racetrack. Jamie Atkins has the lead. Dave Raptoy in car number 21 runs second on the inside. Now Raptoy takes the lead in turn 2. Throw a blanket on the top 4. Lagoy was loose off turn number 2. Robin Wood has third. Fred Lagoy fourth on the inside. Right behind him, now at his door on the outside, it's Bucko Branham in car number 20. The leader is Dave Raptoy in the 21. Jamie Atkins in the 68 runs second. Atkins pulls back down to the inside. That opens up the outside line for Robin Wood. 3 wide off turn number 2. Let's see if Lagoy can get to the inside. Problems behind. It's the Shagnon 86 getting back on the track. The 4 of Brandon Atkins had to hit the binders pretty heavy in the middle of the backstretch. The leader, Dave Raptoy. Robin Wood right up to the wall, nearly scraping it off turn number 4. Wood with a good run into turns 1 and 2. He's got momentum off turn number 2. Robin Wood looking to get to victory lane for the first time in 2012. Takes the lead going to turn number 3. Let's see if he can finish the pass off turn number 4. Coming down the front stretch. Robin Wood has the lead. The 21 of Dave Raptoy runs in second. Jamie Atkins is third. Bucko Branham looks down to the inside of Atkins off turn number 2. At his door is the 7 of Fred Lagoy. Then it's Sean Duquette in the 18. Right behind him, it's Jamie Begor in car number 19. Tight racing towards the front of the field, just outside the top 5. Robin Wood pulling away from Dave Raptoy, who continues to run second. Third, it's Jamie Atkins. Then it is Bucko Branham in car number 20. Cody Myers is off in turn number 2 with car number 75. He has come to a halt off the top of turn number 2. Right now the green flag is still out. Myers is parked off turn number 2, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. The yellow flag comes out for Cody Myers in car number 75. As the caution call goes over the race receiver to the drivers, the yellow flag comes in. Begor with a good move down to the inside. He'll get a couple of spots. We have cars spinning though now towards the back of the pack. And that move will likely go for naught for Jamie Begor as he picked up a couple of positions. But with the yellow flag flying, we'll go to the last completed green at the Big A on Wednesday. 7 laps complete. Limited late models ready to run again. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Robin Wood in the 61 set sail on that inside line. The 68 of Atkins can't quite get to the inside of the 21 of Raptoy on this restart. That bogs down the inside line. Now Raptoy moves down to the lower line. It's the 20 of Bucko Branham who's going to find racing room on the top. Oh, look out. The 18, the 11, they touch in turn number 4. The 18 goes spinning towards the wall, and he backs it into the wall. Keith Pelkey in car number 24 had absolutely no place to go, and that's going to bring out a challenge. But maybe Dave Raptoy has something up his sleeve for Robin Wood, who will restart on the inside line. A number of these drivers have preferred the outside line on restarts. That's where Dave Raptoy is right now. Let's see if he can make it work as we're ready to run again with 7 laps complete. Here they come off turn number 4. Robin Wood with a good restart on the inside. Green flag. Wood leads running up into turns 1 and 2. Dave Raptoy in that second position. Bucko Branham around the outside of Jamie Atkins trying to get to third. He's got Jamie Begor right behind him in car number 19. Side by side racing inside the top 5. The leader is Robin Wood. Second is Dave Raptoy in car number 21. Then it's Jamie Atkins in the 68. Now make it Bucko Branham. Third at the line with car number 20. Then it's Atkins in the 68 who pushes badly up the racetrack in turn number 2. Begor had to get on the binders, but now back at speed. Trying to follow Bucko Branham around the racetrack on the outside. Begor trying to get a position. He's got Bucko Branham right in front of him with car number 20. They race down the front stretch, headed to turn number 1. Branham trying to finish the pass on the 68 of Jamie Atkins. Can't quite get the car down in front of Atkins. Now he's got room off turn number 2. Begor in the 19 will try to finish that move as well. Try to follow the same line that Bucko Branham just used to get to the third spot. Jamie Atkins is down on the inside. Jamie Begor is still at his door with the number 19 as they race into turns 1 and 2. Begor gets the nose out in front for that 4th position. Will he be able to finish the pass on Atkins off turn 2 down the backstretch going to turn number 3? Begor will still have to work that outside line. And, oh, look out, contact right behind them. The 7 of Lagoy, the 4 of Brandon Atkins. And that's going to bring out another yellow. Yellow flag is back out. We'll see if Dave Raptoy can try to match him on this restart. Robin really jumped on it last time down on the inside line, and it was a real good restart for that 61 car. Here they come into turn number 4. They work down the front stretch. Green flag. Better job by Dave Raptoy in this restart, but again, the 61 is able to pull away. They work into turns 1 and 2. The 61 of Wood leading, the 21 of Raptoy second for now. Jamie Begor is going to move down to the inside line. He's going to try to follow Bucko Branham. Branham in car number 20 trying to come through on the inside. He will have the second spot at the line. Dave Raptoy running third. Jamie Begor is at his door. They work into turns 1 and 2. Begor gets the nose of the 19 into that third spot. The top 3, Robin Wood, Bucko Branham, Jamie Begor. Running in 4th, it is Dave Raptoy. Running in 5th, it is Jamie Atkins. 6th is Brian McGinley in car number 35. Fine job by McGinley. Running in the 7th position, it is Keith Pelkey. Running in 8th, it is the 18 of Sean Duquette who is rallied. Not very aerodynamic at this point is that 18 as he's thrown an anchor behind him. Keith Pelkey in car number 24 looks to the inside of McGinley 35 trying to pick up a spot. Black flag is out and it is for Duquette in the 18 trailing that bumper cover with the 18 car. The black flag has been displayed for Duquette. Out front, Robin Wood's lead is 3 car lengths. Bucko Branham running in line. Jamie Begor taking his 19 and a little bit of a higher line around the racetrack. Dave Raptoy in the 21 is running 4th. Jamie Atkins is 5th. 6th is Brian McGinley. 7th is the 24 of Keith Pelkey. 8th, Sean Duquette in the number 18. But again, he has been shown the black flag now a couple of laps. Then it's the 56 of Casey St. Clair. The 7 of Fred Lagoy. The 86 of Mike Shagnon. The 59 of Stephen Brissett. The 3 of Danny Sullivan. The 4 of Brandon Atkins. And it is the 93 of Chris Frenier and the 7 of Rico Hernandez. What Duquette could really use now is a buddy to run over that anchor that he's thrown behind him. And if he could rip that off, perhaps it would allow him to stay out on the racetrack, although now he's been shown the black flag a number of times. It'd probably be a matter of time before he stops getting scored, and that would be a real tough break for the 18 car, who is running second in points, just 4 behind point leader Jamie Begor. Well, the top 2 cars have pulled away from Begor, who is in that third spot. Robin Wood's lead is 2 car lengths at the line. Bucko Branham working a low line into turns 1 and 2. Still 2 car lengths down the backstretch. Branham is able to close as he drives it deep into 3 and 4. But Robin Wood is able to pull away on the front stretch and on the backstretch. Again, the lead still 2 to 3. Then it's a gap back to the 19 of Begor. Robin Wood in the 61, Bucko Branham in car number 20. Then it is Bigor in the 19. Fourth is Dave Raptoy. Fifth is Jamie Atkins. Sixth position, Sean Duquette. He's trying to lose that back bumper cover. And Wood in the 61 turning about a tenth of a second faster laps than car number 20 of Branham. But he's been managed to stay a couple of 2 to 3 car lengths behind him. Yellow flag comes out for the 7 car of Fred Lagoy. And it has worked for him to this point, but he's going to have his hands full now. He's got Bucko Branham at his door for this restart. 19 laps complete. Branham's got a shot now as he is even for the restart. It's a slow pace going to turn number 4. Let's see when they hop on it. Here they come off turn number 4, working down the front stretch. Green flag. Branham in car number 20 working the outside line, puts the nose in front in 2. Now Wood comes back after him on the inside. Robin Wood's got the lead going to turn number 3. Robin Wood in car number 61 trying to come through on the inside line. Branham trying to stay right with him on the outside line. They'll come down the front stretch. Robin Wood is still in the lead. Lap number 20 goes up on the board. 5 laps remain for the limited late models. Robin Wood is strong on that inside line. He pulls away off turn number 2. Bucko Branham running in the second spot, but he's now a car length and a half behind Robin Wood. Running in third is Jamie Bigor. Fourth is Dave Raptoy. Jamie Atkins still in that 5th spot. Down on the inside line now is car number 20, but he tries to close in turn number 2, and instead it's the reverse. But 61 pulls away an extra car length. Robin Wood through turn number 4, working down through the inside, down to the top of the wall, and he is increasing the advantage. Ganieka Bingo, Rent-A-Wreck, Leland's Barbershop, number 61, leads by 3, going to turn number 3. Bucko Branham solid in the second spot. It's a good 3 to 4 car lengths back to Jamie Bigor, who works in third. 2 laps to go for Robin Wood. Two-time defending track champion looking for his first win in 2012. He works his way into turn number 4. Here he comes along the front stretch. White flag is out for the 61 of Robin Wood. Again, Bucko Branham tries to close in 1 and 2. Just does not have anything for the 61, who continues to pull away. Final time into turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. First win of 2012 for Robin Wood. Bucko Branham second. Jamie Bigor third. Dave Raptoy fourth. Jamie Atkins fifth. Sixth, Brian McGinley. Seventh to Dan Sullivan. Eighth, Brandon Atkins. Ninth, Sean Duquette. 10th to the 56 of Casey St. Clair. And 11th, Stephen Brissett. 12th, I believe, Mike Shagnon in car number 86. 12, give a nice round of applause, everybody. It's Robin Wood, two-time defending track champion, gets his first win. And, boy, the car, you talked with Robbie, and we heard the interview in the pre-race. You said you went back to some of the old notes, and this car was especially hooked down on the inside.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, we've been trying a lot of different stuff. We went to Canada probably 3 weeks ago, and we never really changed it back to what we had, and we just tried a couple things and see if it would make a car better, but it really didn't make it any better, so we went back to what we had before that.
Well, talk about the restart that you had with Bucko at your door on the outside. Earlier in the year, we've seen the outside line on many of these restarts be the preferred place. You were able to find something tonight on that inside line and pull away.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first, but I knew the car was pretty good in the bottom, so I pretty much just kind of drove my own line, and it looked like he may have been either a little tight or a little loose. He wasn't getting good bite off. He was getting in good corner good, but not off good. So tonight the car was pretty decent. We finally pulled one off.
Yeah, finally pulled one off, and that's the theme of my last question. Now that you're here and you found something, that's something that you're certainly going to want to stick with, and won't be surprised to see you back here again real soon.
Yeah, hopefully. It seems like once we win one, we win a couple in a row. So hopefully we got the momentum going tonight, and we can continue it next week. I got to thank Rent-A-Wreck, Ganianka Territory, Bingos, Lorman, Daniel Signs, Precision. I got to say a special thanks to Leland's Barbershop. He had quadruple bypass yesterday, so he's not here tonight. And we're also thinking about Craig Ormsby.
Well, congratulations, Robin Wood. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, that's Robin Wood, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause as he wins for the first time in 2012. In the B3. 30 laps the distance tonight for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. They'll run a 75 lapper this coming Wednesday. Let's see how things sort out tonight. Here comes the field. Off turn number 4, green flag. They power into turns 1 and 2. Look at McGrail going, car number 10. Want to go right to the top of the racetrack. Tried to pick that top line, but it bogged down as they box it up into turns 3 and 4. McGrail has to take it right up towards the wall and then gets on the binders to fall back in line behind Max Vienne. The 02 of Craig Riel shows the way. The CO2 make that of Craig Riel. Then it is Michel Vienne. Then it's the 3 of Andy Lindemann. The 97 of Chris Vernal. Then it's the 76 of Mike Wells. And right behind him it is the 26 of Todd Ormsby. Then it's the X of Adam Bartamy. The 80 of Andy Haywood. George Foley is moving. Foley in the 34 to the inside of Roger Lebreche picking up a spot. The 10 of Pat McGrail trying to follow that 34 of Foley through towards the front. Out front it is the CO2 of Craig Riel. Then the M25 of Michel Vienne. The 3 of Andy Lindemann. The 97 of Chris Vernal. And it's Mike Wells in that 76 car. Todd Ormsby works to the top of the racetrack trying to get around the 76 of Mike Wells. Not going to be able to do it. At least not yet. Foley working on the inside of the 80 of Andy Haywood. Foley is past Haywood, now sizing up the X of Bartamy, but right now he's snookered. Foley's got no place to go with that 34 car. He's got the 80 of Haywood on one side, and he's got the X of Adam Bartamy right in front of him. He's got no place to go. Tight racing from 7th on back. Adam Bartamy, George Foley, Pat McGrail. Oh, Pat McGrail going to turn number 3. Look out, there was contact towards turn number 3. June the 20th, this coming Wednesday, 7 o'clock the post time for that big $3,000 to win 75-lap special for the Dirt Car Modified Asphalt Series. All right, 5 laps complete, 25 laps remain. Ready for a restart. Craig Riel, Michel Vienne, green flag. Michel Vienne from the outside of number 1 takes the lead off turn number 2. Chris Vernal moves to 3rd. Vernal's got some momentum built up with that number 97. The outside line, Todd Ormsby also trying to get towards the front. Michel Vienne is the new leader. You've got some fast cars that are now trying to go from the back of the pack. Foley in the 34, McGrail in car number 10. Pierre Berthiome's back there. Oh, they thought about 3 wide, did Foley. They're going to have to be very careful as they try to charge out of the back. Contact along the front. Greg Atkins in the 1 goes spinning to the infield. McGrail in car number 10 goes spinning into the infield. Get to lap number 30. We've had a number of yellows in the first few laps, slowing the pace. Let's see if we can get in an extended green flag run. The 10 and the 1 New York have not been able to return. So they're going to take another hit in the points. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Craig Riel going back after Michel Vienne for the lead. Michel Vienne works down on the inside. Craig Riel, good run off turn number 2. Even down the backstretch as they head to turn number 3. Michel Vienne on the inside. Craig Riel on the outside. Touch it, turn number 4. Craig Riel sideways coming down the infield. Yellow flag. Andy Lindemann to have their go at it. Vernal in the 97 and Lindemann in car number 3 as they pick up the pace. Lindemann wants to go on the outside. Now here comes Vernal on the inside down the front stretch. Green flag. Nice job by Chris Vernal. Look at Todd Stone go. Stone in the 1X from the outside trying to get down to the inside line in front of Mike Wells. He's got 3rd off turn number 2. Mike Wells in car number 76 running in the 4th. Oh, George Foley. He got the right side tires off in the backstretch. Still hot going to turn number 3. Keep an eye on Foley, who's trying to pick up spots as he moves his way towards the front. Another car on the move is Patrick Dupree. Dupree's trying to get to the top 5. The Saranac Country Store number 24 flies around Mike Wells. Here he comes to the 4th spot. Keep an eye on Dupree. Chris Vernal shows the way. Todd Stone to the inside of Andy Lindemann. Stone in the 1X. Takes the G-Stone Motors machine to spot number 2. Lindemann back to the 3rd position. Patrick Dupree is running in 4th. Mike Wells in car number 76 is now 5th. 6th is Vince Quinville. 7th is Adam Bartamy. Running in 8th is his brother Aaron. Aaron Barnaby to the inside of Adam Barnaby, and he'll take that spot away off turn number 2 on the inside. There goes Aaron Barnaby, rather. Aaron to 7th, Adam in 8th, Chris Kaye is 9th, and running in 10th all the way from just about dead last is car number 55 of Matt Woodruff. Woodruff is in the top 10. Look at Foley going the outside. Foley trying to get into the top 10, going from 12th to 11th. Craig Riel is off the pace. He's headed back to the garage area. Top 2 cars trying to pull away from Patrick Dupree in the 24. Dupree will take the 3rd position away from Andy Lindemann on the inside in turn number 2 and now drive away. Lindemann goes back to 4th. Vince Quinville looks inside to Mike Wells, 76. Contact over at turn number 3 as Wells came back down on the 78 car. They'll maintain their positions though on the racetrack. The TDI race cars are rolling. The X, the B3, they're moving towards the top as well. Todd Stone chasing down the 97 of Chris Vernold. As we approach the halfway point of this one, Vernold's lead is half a car length. Trying to get in the mix is the 24 of the pistol, Patrick Dupree. Dupree is some 8 car lengths behind the 1X of Todd Stone. That's the 97 of Chris Vernold still showing the way. Stone has plenty of time. He can choose to run right behind if he wants and not really push the machine. Try to save something for those closing laps, or he might go after it right now, knowing that perhaps Dupree is closing in. These drivers, when they work off turn number 2, can take a peek at that scoreboard, and they get a sense of who is lurking right behind them. And Dupree in the 24 is closing in on the 1X of Todd Stone. Vernold in the 97 leads by 2 off turn number 2, but Stone really got a good run that time off 2. Was able to chase down Vernold into turn number 3. Again, working right off the back bumper. We're just past the halfway point. Here goes Stone for the lead into turn number 1. Todd Stone couldn't quite get to the inside. Off turn number 2, Vernold still showing the way. Stone moving to the inside, going to the 3rd turn. Here comes Todd Stone looking for his first win of the season. Vernold trying to hang on to the 97. Still Vernold at the line. Patrick Dupree in the 24 is turning the fastest laps on the racetrack, but right now he's still 3rd. Watching the battle for the lead. Stone is on the inside. Vernold is on the outside. Wheel to wheel off turn number 4. Todd Stone has the lead. Stone had the lead in the line. In turn number 2, Vernold again tries to come back after him. Lap by lap, Stone is slowly pulling away. He'll finish the pass. Vernold in the 97 running in the 2nd spot. Dupree has to get by quickly. Again, he was turning the fastest lap times, but now bogged down behind the 97 of Vernold. Stone is trying to check out now. Stone in the 1X pulls away from the 97 of Vernold. 3rd is still the 24 of Dupree. Lindemann runs in the 4th spot. 5th is Vince Quinville. 6th is Aaron Barnaby. 7th is Mike Wells. Running in 8th, it's Adam Barnaby. Running in 9th, George Foley. Foley up to 9th. 10th is Chris Kaye. 11th is Matt Woodruff. 12th is Leon Gagnon. 13th is Andy Haywood. 14th is Pierre Bertillon. 15th is Max Vienne. 16th is Jason Durgan. 17th is Mike Riel. 18th is Michel Vienne. And 19th is Alain Fournier. Todd Stone leading by half the backstretch over Chris Vernold. Yellow flag is out on the racetrack. There is debris on the racetrack. And that is Aaron Barnaby in the B3 from way back of the pack up to 5th with the B3. He's done a great job tonight. Vince Quinville is 6th. Mike Wells is 7th. How about Foley? Talk about back of the pack. He's up to 8th. 9th is Adam Barnaby. Chris Kaye rounds out the top 10. Here they come. Green flag. Dupree's got to get around that 97, and here he goes after him on the outside. Patrick Dupree flies past the 97. He's in 2nd. Now let's see if he can chase down Todd Stone. Stone in the 1X showing the way, leading by 5 car lengths. That last lap time, Stone was about 1/10 of a second quicker than Patrick Dupree, but Dupree had to deal with the 97 of Vernold. Let's check this lap time to see if they are similar as they work along the front stretch. It's a 16.25 for Stone and a 16.45 for Dupree. Todd Stone 0.2 of a second faster than the number 24. Vernold in the 97 is running 3rd. Aaron Barnaby in the B3 is up to the 4th position. Then it is Andy Lindemann in the 3 running in 5th. George Foley trying to go around Vince Quinville. He flies past on the outside. Foley in that 34 is really cooking towards the front. 5 laps to go now for Todd Stone, who is running away from Patrick Dupree. The 97 of Vernal works third. 4th is Aaron Barnaby. 5th is Andy Lindemann. 6th is George Foley. Running in 7th is Vince Quinville in the 78. 8th is the 76 of Mike Wells. 9th is Adam Barnaby. And rounding out the top 10, Chris Kaye in the 18. Foley in the 34 looking at that back bumper, the 3 car of Andy Lindemann, trying to get into the top 5. Todd Stone is pulling away from Patrick Dupree. He's 2/10 of a second quicker on every lap. Barnaby with a hard knock to the back bumper of the 97 that time in the middle of the backstretch. Barnaby has to find a way around that 97 car. George Foley tries to get around the 3, and Foley will. He's into the top 5. Barnaby in the B3 going to turn number 3 with a white flag out for Todd Stone. Todd Stone trying to become the 5th different winner in 7 events. Final time off of turn number 4. Here he comes. He's from Middlebury, Vermont. Todd Stone gets the win. Second will go to Patrick Dupree. 3rd, Chris Vernal. 4th, Aaron Barnaby. 5th, George Foley. 6th, Andy Lindemann. 7th to Vince Quinville. 8th goes to Mike Wells. Excuse me. 9th to Adam Barnaby. And rounding out the top 10, Chris Kaye in the 18. So Todd Stone becomes the 5th different winner in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division. Patrick Dupree 2nd, Chris Vernal 3rd, Aaron Barnaby finishes in 4th, and George Foley with a great rally. On board the G-Stone Motors 1X. Climbing out now, give a nice round of applause, everybody from Middlebury, Vermont. This is Todd Stone. Well, congratulations, Todd Stone. You worked your way towards the front with some attrition as guys in front of you were bumping and banging on one another. They kept getting sent to the rear of the field. You kept moving closer to the front.
Yeah, I know. I kept seeing them getting sent to the rear, but, I bide my time. I didn't want to get in a wreck because I knew it was, 30 laps. It's a long time. So you need to take your time and work your way through the traffic and do the best you can.
It looked like for a number of laps you were content to run behind the 97 of Chris Vernal, maybe trying to size up your time to make your move and where you wanted to make it.
Yeah, Chris is going very good. I could catch him down the straightaway, but, he's kind of running the groove that I was running, so I tried to move up a little bit and diamond through the corner a little bit, and I ended up getting him that way.
When you're driving the race, do you check the scoreboard? Do you know who perhaps is coming behind you? In that case, I'm asking basically Patrick Dupree was trying to charge behind you. Did you have a sense of that by seeing the scoreboard?
Yeah, I saw the scoreboard, but you got to race your own race. You can't worry who's behind you. You just got to look forward and do the best you can and race your race. If you worry who's behind you, you're gonna make a mistake.
And down the stretch, you were certainly hitting your line because your lap times were as fast at the end of the race, perhaps faster than at any other point. So this car was really stout throughout.
Well, our crew worked really hard today getting this car going. When we unloaded it, it was not very good, and we worked all day getting it going. So my crew's the one that got the car going. I'm just the monkey behind the wheel.
And you found a good time to get it going as well because we got a big race I know you're looking forward to on Wednesday. The longer distance races you've done extremely well at here at Airborne in the past. 75 lapper for you on Wednesday. What are your thoughts going into Wednesday?
Oh, we're excited for the 75 lap, but it's 75 laps. You gotta be there at the end to win it. You're not gonna win it on the first lap.
Well, congratulations on getting win number 1. You'll increase the point lead as well. Congratulations, Todd Stone. Nice job.
Thank you very much, and thanks for coming out tonight, everybody.
All right, that's Todd Stone. He's out.
Slow pace set by Introne. Rivers outside Introne. Very slow now as they creep into turn number 3. Introne now gets on the hammer between 3 and 4. Here he comes off the 4th turn. Green flag is out. Jimmy Introne takes the lead off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Lonnie Rivers had a peek off of turn 2, backed out of it. Travis Bruno in the 33 looks to move down on the inside, bringing Nick Haywood with him. That inside lane's moving, and it's moving quick. Lonnie Rivers in the 7 uses that inside line to get around the 9J of Jimmy Introne, who was really bad loose off of turn number 2. Introne jumps all the way back to 4th, where he finished last week. Lonnie Rivers in the R7 takes the lead. Travis Bruno is second in the number 33. Third is Nick Haywood. As Haywood's going to be another guy to watch, chase, and charge up to the front of the pack. Jimmy Introne sits fourth. Look out, Mike Kinsman slams that inside safety tire, and he's going to get a piece of another one as he lost the steering on that. Lonnie Rivers is the leader. Travis Bruno's outside. Nick Haywood's third, and he's the guy we're going to watch. Can Nick Haywood get there is the question. Here they come. Lonnie Rivers, Travis Bruno, off turn number 4, down the front stretch, green flag. Lonnie Rivers down on the inside, pulls away from that number 33 of Travis Bruno. Here comes Nick Haywood in the 29, moving through on the inside. They're side by side, battling for the 4 spot as well as the 6 spot. Make it 8th also. Spots 4, 6, and 8. The battles are all side by side. They now kind of run single file as they filter in down the backstretch. Lonnie Rivers is the leader. Second is Nick Haywood. Third is Travis Bruno. Fourth is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Fifth, the 46 of Joe Daniels. Sixth, Jake Branham. Seventh is Sebastian Fournier. The battle is on right now for 8th. The 28 of Lozier moves through on the inside. 9th is now Chris Susi. Rounding out the top 10 is the 9J of Jimmy Introne. Out front, it's Lonnie Rivers, and he's got about 6 car lengths over the 29 of Nick Haywood. And then Haywood's got the second spot comfortably held up by about 7 car lengths over Travis Bruno. Travis Bruno has 10 to 12 car lengths over the 20 of Jamie LaFountain, and Jamie LaFountain's also got a pretty sizable lead over the 46 of Joe Daniels for the 4 spot. Some good racing mid-pack as the 99 of Fournier trying to get around the 1 of Jake Branham. That's a battle for the 6th spot. Sebastian Fournier bobbled a little bit. Now Jake Branham's going to press for the top 5. Branham looks down to the inside of Joe Daniels. He's got the car there off of turn number 4. A little bit of contact. They both hold on to it. Jake Branham in the 1. Uses the inside lane. Can't get there off of turn number 2. Here comes Sebastian Fournier. Throw him in the mix. We are now halfway in this race. Let's watch that battle for the number 5 spot. 4 cars trying to take over the number 5 spot. The 1 of Branham, the 99 of Fournier, the 46 of Daniels, the 28 of Lozier. Jake Branham right now with that number 5 spot. They're now filing in, running freight train style currently. As now Fournier with that number 99 looks down to the inside of Jake Branham. Fournier all over the back bumper, gives him a little bump in turn number 2. Down the backstretch, Branham pulls away as Fournier had a little bit of a bobble. Leaders now working past the lap car of Jeff McCormick. McCormick now 1 lap down. Fournier again looking down to the inside, doesn't have any room. Eric Lozier now doesn't have a case of that turn 2 flu this week. He's moving through down on the inside. That car seems to be handling rather well for him in that number 28. Out front, Lonnie Rivers is still patrolling the field. Nick Haywood is second. Third is Travis Bruno. Fourth is the Marcia Holmes, number 20 for Jamie LaFountain. The battle for 5th, still very good. The 99 of Fournier on the inside. They're now side by side. Eric Lozier, throw him in the mix. Lozier watching those 2 cars. Fournier completes the pass. There's a lap car up in front of him. Will it play any factor? Jake Branham's got to get on the binders as Fournier came down to avoid slamming the 17 of Jeff McCormick. McCormick electing to stay up on the high side. Fournier was looking to use that high side, and he had to quickly take evasive action and dart down to the inside. There goes Jeff McCormick off in the bunker. And he will rejoin behind the 24 of Chris Susi. 5 laps to go for Lonnie Rivers. Rivers in the R7. still has a very comfortable lead over the 29 of Nick Haywood. The 28 of Eric Lozier looking down to the inside of Jake Branham for spot number 6. They run side by side into turn number 1. Lozier on the inside, Branham on the outside. Ooh, Lozier had to really get on the binders that time as he was a little bit low into the corner, and that shot him up the track pretty quick. Lozier is right there again, though, right on the back bumper, the one of Jake Branham. Lonnie Rivers now getting into some heavy traffic. Will that allow Nick Haywood to close? 2 laps to go for Lonnie Rivers. Lonnie Rivers in the R7 has the 9J of Jimmy Introne to get around. He's going to go down to the inside. John Michael Brissett, though, this may bog him down and pin him. Lonnie Rivers is right now pinned unless he can get up to the top spot, or to the top of the track, rather. Jimmy Introne allowed him to get up to the top. White flag is out for Lonnie Rivers. No catching Lonnie Rivers tonight. That car was fast, and he pulled away from everybody. Jeff McCormick's off the backstretch. That's not going to be any problem. Lonnie Rivers wins it. Second to Nick Haywood. Third to Travis Bruno. Fourth, the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. And fifth, the 99 of Sebastian Fournier.